Well, if you are serious about finding ways to be more successful, you are in the right place this morning. If, however, you believe that being more successful requires that you be more serious, I mean, you're welcome to hang out, but you're probably going to be pretty miserable because this morning is all about having fun. You're hearing this speech, and you're also going to hear about 3/4 of my entire 3-hour time management seminar right now. And here it is. Things take as long as we give them. You know, it's true. It's true, with extraordinarily rare exceptions. And those exceptions always have to do with when we're on some kind of a work team, some kind of a work group, some kind of a work flow, and we're waiting for somebody else to do their part before we do ours. Perfect. Now, my son actually, long ago at one point, posed the question, if someone tells you that they are a pathological liar, do you believe them? I still don't know the answer to that question, but I thought it was an interesting question. We began taking classes in American Sign Language. ASL, anybody here know ASL? A few nods. For those of you that don't know about ASL, it is all about short-term memory and nuance and details. Now, as it turns out, I have pretty spectacular skills with short-term memory and details. Unfortunately, those skills aren't spectacularly good. So now we've been going for about a year, and I can finally begin to say something sort of deep and conceptual, like, me Tarzan, you Jane, something like that. Except the problem is that because it's all about nuance, what I've actually said is something like, is this the train under your mother's toilet that goes to Tuesday, or, something that's just way off the boat. I frankly have no interest in being responsible for anybody's indigestion, and so my commitment to you is that in the course of our short time here today, you will not hear me use the words Sarbanes, Oxley, HIPAA, Enron, Tyco, or WorldCom. Is that fair? Feels like the least I can do to be hospitable. Thank you so much. Anybody here ever find themselves saying, okay, I guess I better put some oil in the car. I just can't find any other way to get that pesky red light to turn off on the dashboard. Hopefully no one does that. We laugh about it. But here's the thing. Most companies, which means most of your companies, do exactly that when it comes to ethics. Really. And this includes companies that if you ask them, they would say, by God, we have got a great ethics program, top to bottom, left to right, up and down and sideways. So what's your plan? Got to have one. It can't just be to tell people what the ethics code is, because ethics violators can recite the ethics code just like we can. It can't just be to run them through a case study or two and say, well, see you in a couple of years, we'll have you get on the web and answer a few more questions and make sure you remember the corporate code of conduct. It needs to include a comprehensive, effective, preventive maintenance approach to ethics, again, from everyone, from the person answering the phone all the way up through the top of your organization. Or, another way to think about it, to paraphrase the AMCO transmission guy, you can pay for it now, or you can really pay for it later. Thanks a lot for your time. I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you.